There you go. Okay, what we're going to do on this section here, we're going to go over some pedal steel bending, some country-ish type bends, and then we're going to get into some chicken picking, and then we're going to incorporate all three of them together. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to go over some pedal steel-ish type bends. So right here, we're going to stay within the A minor pentatonic again. What we're going to do on this one, see, because if you've already been able to master the one bend, and if you've got those down by now, what I want you to try now, here's another one. What you're going to do is you put your pinky in. And what I want you to try and do, the whole trick to doing pedal steel bends is the only thing that's hard about it is trying to keep your other fingers from moving when you're bending the one note. So here's just one little thing you can practice. What I want you to do is bend up on the third string, kind of like how we have that one. Put your index on the fifth, put your pinky on the eighth, and what you're going to do is with your second and your third, you're going to bend up on the G string. So you get something like this. And then there's another one right there. What you want to do is from the A, hit the C and bend that one up. It's pretty much similar to, so you know, it's just a little exercise you can work on right there. So what we're going to go on to now, I mean, you can move this thing all over the place. There's just an example of some pedal steel bending, right in this one position right here. This is all in A minor once again. It goes from A major actually up to A minor. So what you should do is just experiment with yourself where you like having. I mean, because this thing, it's so movable all over the other neck with those scales that I showed you earlier in the tape. Some examples right there. What I'm going to show you now is we're going to go over some chicken picking, and I'll show you some examples of that. Now, what you're going to use here is basically just hold the pick the way you've been holding it, but what we're going to use is your middle finger here. So once again, using the A minor pentatonic scale, what you want to do is see if you can just try this. Here's just a little exercise you can work on. What you want to do is it's just a pull off, and then hit down on the E string with your pick. You can get that one down. That's a good exercise. Also, another one is still in A minor is, here's another one, a good pedal note. What you want to do is, this one's incorporating the second and the third. What you want to do is, before we start getting into rolling, this is just plucking the strings pretty much. What you want to do is just another standard rock lick. And all you're doing is pedaling off the A note here. There's an example of some chicken picking right there. What we're going to try and get into now, also what I was showing you before. Here's a good scale exercise you can work on as well, using that one finger, your middle finger. And what you're doing is you're just using your A minor pentatonic scale. And that's all using your middle finger. So it's there you go. This is an example of using some plucking patterns with your middle finger. The next one we're going to get into now is some rolls, and this is basically what you're going to do is you're going to be doing basically arpeggios with your second and your third finger. What we'll do, we'll just take it here with a simple old A chord. But let me just show you some triads here, and then you can just try picking them yourself. And you got... be something like this. There you go. There's just a little example you can practice with. Okay, what I'm going to give you a little example now is how to get yourself into a G tuning, and then I'll just play a little example of some, a couple licks and things like that you can play over the G chord. All right, to get into the G tuning, what you want to do is basically have a G chord there, while what you want to hear is this without doing it. So what you want to do, always think when you're doing open tunings, just think about what strings you got. What we're going to do is right here, what I got is a G, I've got a B, and I've got a high G. So think about it. You want this G to sound like a G, the E. So there you go. There's your G. You wanted a B out of the A string right here. This is what you want. You want a B, so you got a high B there. There you go. And then what you want to do is have a high G, so just hit your G string again. Okay, so there you go, you got a G chord. And what we're going to do is, there's just a couple licks you can play. And remember, the notes are going to be a little bit different now because you have the G and the B, strings up here, so everything's a little different. I'll just give you a little example. You can still mess around with things. Remember, the D, the G, and the B are still the same, so you can get away with all those type of licks, which actually, when you go into some scales, it's going to sound kind of neat because there's no way, someone will be able to figure it out with the fingering because it'd be too insane. So here's just a little tune, a little example you can play over. Something like that. What I want to show you here on this tape, we've been messing around with the scales and how to place them together and to connect them and run through different combinations and patterns and stuff like that. What I just want to show you is just the finishing touches of pretty much with the scales so they don't sound like scales, so you can actually make them so they can start sounding like music. A lot of guitar players, a lot of rock guitar players incorporate this, and a lot of country guitar players, so and jazz guitar players, actually, for that matter. It's a great technique. It's using a lot of slides and stuff like that. Slides along with your bends and a lot of chromatic notes. Now, like we were playing before, you got your stock pentatonic scale. What you want to do is try and add some chromatics in there, and something like this. Let's just check out this band. We already have. Try and add this one. And what you're going to get out of this, also I'll show you how you can, we'll just put some slides in there and, you know, some fourths and double patterns and stuff like that where you can actually make it sound more musical. It's a simple pattern like that. It's that same scale, but you're adding chromatics and slides. For instance, just try this one. And what it is, all it is, you're just doing slides. A lot of slides are in there. And a lot of slides, pull-offs, and then you're still picking a lot of notes, though. So instead of just doing a scale like that, you can get... It sounds a lot more interesting than just going up and down the neck doing scales. So just try different combinations. Like I said, these are just little examples I'm giving you, but try and mess around all over the neck. You can be doing this. I mean, you have another scale, just a little box square like that. All right, so I just want to thank you all for joining me today. I hope you learned some licks. I hope you learned some new techniques. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. So just keep on jamming. All right, before we get going here, I just figured I'd jam you one tune, a little bit of vocals on it. This is a song off of Book of Shadows. This is a tune called Dead as Yesterday. Or something like this. It'll leave you with nothing to say, lost without waiting. Ain't it funny, child, love sometimes leaves you as dead as yesterday. Open all the handful of sunshine, like a child told it cannot play. There is where you'll stay. Ain't it funny, child? Love sometimes leaves you as dead as yesterday. As dead as yesterday. As dead as yesterday.